Hello, and welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about the Netflix show You. It's a 10-episode show, and a lot of people were watching it, so I thought I would check it out. I'm going into full spoilers, so if you haven't watched the show, turn this off now. The show follows Joe, a bookstore owner who falls for this girl named Beck, who comes into the store, buys a book, gets her name, but rather than talk to her then, he looks her up on the internet and starts to stalk her. He goes to her house multiple times, learns her schedule, and just keeps tabs on her. The show is narrated by Joe, so you just get an insight to whatever he's thinking and whatever's going on in his brain, and it's usually focused around Beck and trying to do good stuff for Beck. They eventually run into each other, and he gets a chance to talk to her, and they exchange information. Beck she's a student. She has her own issues going on in life with her friends, with school, with work, trying to afford her apartment and everything like that. She doesn't really focus on herself as much. She's supposed to be a writer. And, her and Joe connect and hang out. And, she's just doing her own thing. Joe wants it to be a relationship. So whenever she does her own thing, Joe takes it really personal. Like she hurt him. The show overall was solid, but shows like this, I think they're better suited for a little bit longer season and just cap it off at one season. If you're not going to cap it off at one season, don't give us so much information in season one. There's so much going on in season one, so many different people that Beck and Joe come across that Joe thinks is bad for Beck. Joe's whole MO is basically protect Beck from everybody. Anybody who does harm to her or makes her feel bad, Joe has to step up. And it usually turns out violent and he kills them. But there was just, Joe has a past that we don't really get much information on until later on in the episodes. And then as we're getting information, we're filling in the blanks about this guy. Like, oh, we know he's crazy, but he has a soft side because he tries to care for his neighbor's son named Paco. He always gives Paco books. Paco's mom is on drugs and then she's being abused by her boyfriend. So Joe always tries to, be there for Paco, keep an eye out for him and all that stuff. So he does have a nice side at times. But when it comes to Beck, he can get a little crazy, and they start filling in the blanks about what's going on in Joe's past, what happened to his previous girlfriend and all that. And we see flashbacks of what happened. And it's so much information that they're trying to wrap up the season so they have something for season 2. Like when he goes to Connecticut and he kills Peach, he pees in a jar and leaves the jar there. And then that happens in like episode 5. But then by episode 10, we don't hear about it again. Like it's a private investigator. Like, oh yeah, we found something at the grounds and we're testing it for evidence. Like, that was 5 episodes ago, and now we're on the last episode, and you bring that up. So it's like they're just leaving cliffhangers for season 2, and this season ends with a lot of people dying, a lot of things trying to be wrapped up for Joe and Beck's story. And I don't if Beck is dead, why do I care what's going on in season 2? I know they had a Candace come back, even though we all thought she was dead. So it's like, I don't know, a misstep or a misfire. I don't think a season 2 is going to do the show any justice. But for first season, for one season, it's a solid show that you can watch easily. And you're wondering why Joe is so crazy. And you have your moments where you're like, I kind of like what Joe did. And then you have other moments where you're like, Joe's the scum of the earth. That's usually how it goes. Beck is the same way. Like you feel for Beck, and then you're like, Beck is stupid and she needs to be hurt or something like that. It goes back and forth with the two main characters. Like, they're lovable and then they're hateable at the same time. It's called You. Let me know what you think. Watch it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for listening. Deuces.